This is a mixture of gravestones I bought online and I 3D printed. I'm not sure why I store them in a granola jar, but I'm sure it made 100% sense when I put them there. Anyway, I painted the chosen gravestones for our base with a base coat of P3 Coal Black, which is a very dark gray with a very blue hue. I love this color, by the way. I dry brushed Iron Hull Grey in several coats and finished it off with Grey Lord as the last dry brush highlight. But we're gonna make the gravestones dirt edge, so we're using AK Slimy Grime and just dab it onto the surface with a sponge. Next, we're gonna add some of these beautiful moss pads from Siege Scenics, I love them, and make the gravestones look like they have been standing on an abandoned cemetery for a very long time. And voila, gravestones done. Next off, we're going to apply some texture paint. And by the way, I painted all these bases live on stream, so if you want to hang out, let's get onto it. Schleichwerbung. Anyway, after applying the texture paint, I also dab a tissue onto the surface to create more dimension. And this is going to be more visible when dry brushing later. I add wet ground directly onto it, like I slap it on there, and push the gravestones into the texture paint. And as this is all drying, I free one of those skeletons that looks just as distressed enough for my graveyard base, and I paint him with Tooth and Coat's Vampire Fang, add Vallejo Bag of Bones as a wash, and I dry brush Vampire Fang again on top. I also painted one of these cute little spideys in a dark green and added an orange cross on top of the body just to make it stand out a little bit more, and put it onto the gravestone. And now that all the basing bits are added, I placed some basing gravel on top, secured it with glue, painted the edges of the base black, and voila! We have our first base in eerie, creepy graveyard. Yay!